We're here for our Zehra program with all of us dressed so beautifully. And as always, at the beginning of the program, we start with the Holy Quran, right? So we're gonna start with Brother Hassan. Brother Hassan to recite Surah.
Okay, I want everybody to take their lungs and make them very alive when you're reading the Nara, right? So use your entire energy, entire focus to the Nara. Nara Takbir. Nara Salah. Nara, ready everyone? 2, 3, go. Ashar, go with me.
You're recording it too? I'm doing a live. I'm doing live. What?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى صلى الله على محمد وعلى آله.
Wow, we have the chance.
Let's all recite another loud salawat for Brother Hassan. Allahumma salli ala MashaAllah. Next, we're going to welcome Amelia. The loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Another loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Another loud salawat for Amelia. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And Inaya, we're going to call Inaya.
Sorry. पीछे से दिखाओ
मोहम्मद सुनकर फरमाते अली क्या शान अल्लाह हुस्न लंबी तक कहते समय हुसैन तो बढ़ती फातिमा वाला भी मतलब
salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
It takes a lot to dress up and then prepare and then read. All of you guys have an opportunity. So keep in mind that next time you all are reading. Loud sound.
मोहम्मद मेरा दिल तो सीना मेरे जीने का बाहर खड़ी नाली दीन इस्लाम तक है नगी नाली हक की मंजिल का पहरा है सीना आने जश्न में अबर का तेरा कतरानी मेरा मुर्शद दिया काफे मौला अली अली मौला अली नारे हैदरी नारे हाशमी या अली 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 जाना फिदा हैदरी या अली अली अली
Mashallah, Sakina. Wonderful.
And
You have a question? You want to read? Okay. Once we have this one, and then you can. What do you want to read? Okay, let's get it. Please. Let's have a new volunteer here. Jazakallah. They can do it. Or you can right here. Okay. Loud salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآله.
Yeah, you can make it even louder now. The mic is not needed. Two or you're together.
الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله احد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا احد
اللهم صل على محمد وآله.
Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Now I'd like to call up Anam Mehdi for her poem. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Not bring her on board though.
Allah. One more loud salawat. Loudest every salawat.
On the ninth Rabiul Awwal, our hearts beat as one. Eid al-Zehra brings knowledge under the bright sun. We gather in love with gratitude in our hearts, celebrating the Ahlul Bayt where the journey starts. With smiles like the dawn, Bibi Fatima shines. Her grace, our treasure, in our lives intertwines. In her kindness and her wisdom, we find our true light, our beacon of hope, a guide through the night. With banners unfurled and voices that sing, we honor the Ahlul Bayt, the knowledge that they bring. For every moment cherished, for every tear shed, we celebrate their courage, the path that they've led. Our hearts reach the Imam of our time. With heartfelt devotion, our spirits will climb. Eagerly we await his return to our land to bring forth the justice we fervently demand. As we gather together, our bonds intertwined, in the shadow of Imam Hussain and the Islams, our strength we will find. For the blood of our martyrs fueled our fierce drive. In the honor of Ahlul Bayt, we stand united and alive. Our Ahl al-Bayt, your love guides us each day. In the light of your teachings, we strive not to stray. On this blessed occasion, we lift a prayer for peace and for justice in the world everywhere. With happiness in our hearts and compassion ignited, we cherish the smiles and love we are united. On this Eid al-Zehra, our spirits take flight. In the warmth of the Ahl al-Bayt, the world feels so right.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل
And with our loudest of salawats, can we bring up Sister Sakina to the podium? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
If you have a question, while the Sakina is coming to the stage, what question do you have? She had a question for the audience.
Welcome everybody. How are all of you? MashaAllah, beautiful shining faces. I just wanted to share a few words with you, and actually I had a couple of questions for you guys. Who's ready to answer some questions? I got me. Always have answers ready. All right. So my first question to you is, what is the occasion of Eid al-Zahra? Asha. Is that why this is one of the biggest Eids of the Shia? What's another reason that we celebrate? Yes. Can you speak up?
That's not concentration.
There's so much talking, I can't hear you. Imam Mahdi was appointed Imam today. What did she say? Can we say a salawat for that? Eid al-Zahra is huge. This is the day that our Imam began his imamate, right? Of course, that day came preceded by a lot of tragedy, right? What were some of the tragedies that preceded this day? We just spent 2 months commemorating them, right? We wore black clothes. We cried. Our heart was broken in half again and again. We mourned over Imam Hussein. We mourned over Hazrat al-Akbar. We mourned over Hazrat al-Asghar. We mourned over all of the shuhada. Then we mourned over Sayyidah Zainab. And we mourned what happened to her and what happened to Sayyidah Sakina and Imam Zain al-Abidin. We went through all of this grief and sadness. And then on top of that, the day before Eid al-Zahra is the day that Imam Hassan al-Askari also became shaheed, right? And then through that comes this moment of intense joy, right? Who is the most joyous on this day? Who is really celebrating Hassan? Who? Imam Sajjad and all the Ahlul Bayt, right? This is a day of intense joy for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for Sayyidah Fatima, for Imam Ali, and for Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, for all of them. This is a day of intense joy. And so if we are followers of them and we love them, then this is also a day of intense joy for us, right? Eid al-Zahra is a day we celebrate because the people we love the most are also celebrating, and because it's something worth celebrating for us, right? Our Imam of our time became the Imam, right? Of course, he's not in front of us. He's not someone who is openly accessible to us, right? But how many of you have heard of the analogy of the sun behind the clouds? How many have heard that? Nobody? mean that Imam is like the sun behind the clouds? Do you know? He's always very high. Okay.
Brother Minhal, your group is here.
I like that he spoke really loud. Thank you, Asha. I could hear you perfectly. So Asha said that like the sun that is behind the clouds, you can't see it, but it's there. It's a little bit more than that. Who can add more details? Amelia, what do we get from the sun, even when it's hidden? Light. What else? Anyone want to give me Parisa? What are other things we get from the sun, even when it's hidden? We get light. What else? What's more important than light for us? Asha said it. And somebody else said another one. We get warmth and we get energy. We get light, we get warmth, we get energy. Even when the sun is behind the clouds, it is of utmost benefit to us. It's not the same as if the sun is just there. It's providing us, yes, awesome. Yes.
Sometimes the light, sometimes when the clouds move, it's kind of like and those clouds sometimes cover, but they represent the more of the moment.
Okay, so that's another way of taking benefit from this analogy, is that the way the nur of the sun is there, we get the nur of Imam Mahdi. So the same way that the sun, even when it is hidden by clouds, it's still benefiting us. It's still giving us energy, warmth, light, right? Without it, we would die. The Imam is as the sun is behind the clouds. Okay, we can't see it, we can't see him, but we are benefiting from him, and without him, we would perish. Literally, right? The entire universe would crumble if there's no Imam of our time. Allah is so merciful that He won't allow this to happen. He took the time of creating us and creating this beautiful system. It doesn't take Him any time, but He put all of His wisdom into it. He's not going to let us perish. So of course, He has the Imam of our time benefiting us even when we can't have direct access to Him, right? Okay, so the Imam of our time has now begun his imamah, and we are a continuation of those original few people who were there present and who did the bay'ah of our Imam, right? We are a continuation of that, okay? What happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago, we are part of the same group of people, the Shia who followed the Imam, the final Imam of the time, right? We should be proud of that. That is worth celebrating, that through hundreds of years of occultation, you have the love of Imam Mahdi in your heart, you have the love of Prophet Muhammad in your heart, you have the love of the Ahlul Bayt in your heart, okay? So how many of you are familiar with the ayah from the Quran in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Rasulullah that he should ask only one thing of his salat? What's the one thing he's supposed to ask for? Is he supposed to ask for tons of money? Does he want us to build a bunch of masjids in his name? That's not the payment he wants. We should build masjids, but that's for our own benefit, and we gain of that if we want to be good Muslims, we do that. But that's not what Rasulullah asked of us. What did he ask of his followers? Does anyone know?
Sami knows.
Where's Sami? Sami, what does Rasulullah want from us?
He wants us to pray and
Okay, yes. But there's an ayah in the Quran where Allah says to Rasulullah, tell them, I don't want anything for what I've done, all the sacrifices I've made, except love of my qurba, okay? Loving the family of the Prophet, okay? And what do we call that? To love what the family of the Prophet, to love what Allah loves, what do we call that? It's one of our furu'at. It's one of the 10 furu'at. Does anyone know? It's not Tawalla, it's the other one. Tawalla. Tawalla, everyone say this? Tawalla. Tawalla. What does Tawalla mean? It will guide us to the right path. It means loving, yes, Amelia. loving the Ahlul Bayt, loving what Allah loves and what the ones near to Him love. And then the other one, Ashur, you mentioned was tabarri. Staying away from that which Allah detests and which the Ahlul Bayt detest, right? If we can embody this, if we can purify our hearts of anything that the Ahlul Bayt would not like, then we'll be better followers of them, right? And we will be doing justice to where the Rasulullah said, you need to love my family. So if we have love in our heart of Allah, how big is your heart? Does it have room for more than one love in it? Can you love goodness and Ahlul Bayt and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also love corruption and lying and stealing and egotism? Is there room in your heart for all those things? No. You have in your heart only room for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you try to keep a partner in your heart with anything other than Allah, Allah will leave. You will sacrifice that part of your heart. Okay? So make sure that your heart is only full of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and whatever He loves. He loves for you to pray, try to develop a love of prayer. He loves for you to fast, try to develop a love of fasting. He loves for you to be modest, try to develop a love of hijab, a love of social hijab. He loves for you to speak kindly, try to develop a love of speaking kindly. All of that stems from love of Allah. And when you do this, you will be connected to the most special, highest people who were created in the universe. Can we name some of them? Hadi? Who did He create that He loves the most? Yes, my dear. I don't know your name. Prophet who? Allah does love Prophet Ibrahim, but He has some people He loves even more exclusively. Yes, Mahmoud? Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. Who else? Yes, my love. Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Yes. Right. Who is? Anaya? Oh, sorry. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Salawat. Let's recite salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Yes. Imam Ali alayhi salam and the Panjatan, exactly. We call them the Panjatan. They're called the Ahlul Kisa, the 5 Ahlul Bayt. Qasim, you want to mention? Who does Allah love the most? Thank you so much. And the rest of the Imams. So, we are acknowledging today that our Imam began his Imamat, and that is something that was extremely joyous. It is extremely joyous for the Ahlul Bayt. Sayyidah Fatima's mission of preserving the Imamat and the Imam's mission of preserving the message will gain success, because now the Imamat is going into its completion, right? The 12th Imam is now our full Imam, and he's completing the mission of thousands of years of Allah's work, right? Something that was so dear to Sayyidah Fatima. That's why we call it Eid al-Zahra, right? We don't call it Eid al-Mahdi, we don't call it Eid al-Muhammad, we call it Eid al-Zahra. She was the connection between Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Imamat, okay? So this was something that was her life's work, her existence work, and it is something that she's going to see the success of. And in order for that to happen, the Imam needs helpers. And for him to have helpers, he needs young people like you, and you, and you, and you, to understand your religion, to practice it, to be role models of it, and to have love of them in your heart, and to keep away animosity, or keep away anyone who has animosity for the Ahlul Bayt, right? So these two furu'ad-din, tawalla and tabarra, are essential. We don't have room to love Allah and opposite of Allah. Okay? So if we can embody this, then we will be true helpers of Imam Mahdi. And let me tell you, Imam Mahdi doesn't need any of our help. Okay? We could all turn our backs from him and his mission will still succeed. But we will fail. We will lose out. Right? If you want to be successful, if you want to gain your akhirah, if you want to gain Jannah, if you want to gain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to latch on to this. Tawalla and tabarra. Okay? You have to latch onto your imam. He will go. His mission will succeed, right? The mission of Allah will prevail over the earth. But will we succeed? Okay? Who wants to be successful in his life?
We do.
Who?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. Who wants to be successful in the akhirah? Raise your hand. We all do. So if you want to do that, this is the key, okay? So this is a joyous day for all of us. Reconnect with your imam. Recite dua faraj for him. Make promises to him about what you will do for him. If there's something that you're making a mistake about, make a commitment that I'm going to fix this in myself. If there's something you're doing well, make a commitment you're going to do even more of it, okay? Be a shining light for them. And again, tawalla and tabarra, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. And mubarak to everyone here. Mubarak to the Imam of our time. Mubarak to Sayyidina Fatima.
Another loud salawat for Sister Sakina. Allah.
She wants to recite something. What is it? Is it a surah? Just go for it. Come on. We have some volunteers that didn't list yet, but the more you recite, the merrier it is. Go for it.
النجم الثاقب من كل نفس ما عليها حافظ فلينظر الإنسان كيف خلق من ماء دافق يخرج من بين الصلب والترائب إنه على رجعه لقادر ينقلب إلى السرائر فما له من قوة ولا ناصر والسماء ذات الرجع والأرض ذات الصدع إنه لأمر منفذ وما هو بهزل إنهم يكيدون كيدا وأكيد كيدا ونحن للكافرين أمثالهم رويدا.
The next people we're calling up, they're all going to recite manqabats. And manqabats are praises in tune about the Prophet's family. And this is especially where when someone is reading a manqabat, you can recite as many naras as you want. In the middle, after they recite, we're going to recite more and more and more. So after they finish reciting, somebody from the audience can recite a loud nara that we're all going to respond to. Okay? So the first one I'm going to call is Arisha and Inaya.
And you all can actually, this group can have the loudest salawat, you can start it, and then this group is going to see who's the loudest. Let's see. Let's gear up. Let's go. Let's see, wait. It has to be in a rhythm, it cannot be like a rough, loud shout. It has to be with your heart and soul. Loudly.
the day that we die. Say that we are so lost through your son to say. And we are not close to the happy attain. Ya Mahdi, bring back the truth. Ya Mahdi, Allah Rasul. الإمام بنت خديجة الإمام بنت خديجة روح الكمال روح الكمال يا زهرة flower of بني يا حورة delight of نبي الإمام بنت خديجة الإمام بنت خديجة روح الكمال روح الكمال
Next, I'm going to call Wafa and Marisa. The loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala बच्चों को ताकर अलियसराय का तबस्सुम फूलों को दिलाने की नजर दे कमसिन को मिले वलवले और मोहम्मद हर रुआन को अली अकबर का जिक्र दे माओं को सिखा सानी ज़हरा का सलीका बहनों को सकीना की दुआओं का असर दे आंखों को टिका रोज़ाई मज़लूम का मंज़र कदमों को जगत इसमें सफर दे कोई न दे हमको सिवाय कभी शर्फी Loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala. And now I'm going to call Ali Raza and Ariba.
अल्लाह एक ही है पंचतन पांच है इमाम बारह है मासूम 14 है अल्लाह एक ही है पंचतन पांच है इमाम बारह है मासूम 14 है पहले इमाम अली है लक़ब जिनका मुर्तज़ा और दूसरे हसन है लक़ब जिनका मुस्तफ़ा और तीसरे हुसैन शहंशाह करबला माँ फातिमा है जिनकी लक़ब जिनका सैयदा अल्लाह एक ही है पंचतन पांच है इमाम बारह है मासूम 14 है चौथे इमाम अली है लक़ब ज़ैनुल आबिदीन कहते जिनको सैयद इस 4 मोमिनीन और एक लक़ब है आबिद बीमार और दिल हसीन सच्चों से जिनका कभी मुनव्वर है ये ज़मीन अल्लाह एक ही है पंचतन पांच है इमाम बारह है मासूम 14 है 5 हुए इमाम मोहम्मद है जिनका नाम, बाकर लगव से जान, रहे इनको का सुहान। हाय इन मेरे पाँच हुए अका नबी गुलाम, इनको सलाम करते हैं जिब्राइल सुबह शाम। अल्लाह एक ही है, पंजतन पाँच है, इमाम 12 है, मासूम 14 है मोमिनों के जाफर सादिक चलते इमाम, जिनका कलम लगता है कुरान का कलम। सादिक इमाम को तो है साद बोलने से नाम, हिफ्ज़ जाफरी की साहिया इन्हीं का नाम। अल्लाह एक ही है, पंजतन पाँच है, इमाम 12 है, मासूम।
Mashallah, mashallah. You guys can grab some candy over there. Just go for it. Mashallah. Okay, you guys get one extra candy then. Oh, that's it.
For the loud salawat, I'd like to call Varisha up to read, recite. Allahumma Allahumma salli.
Okay, the girls, let's do it. Go 1, 2, sabat. 1, 2, 3, go.
चेहरा चेहरा अलीता हुबदार में, चेहरा चेहरा अलीता हुबदार में, पूरे जन्नत दा होना हकदार में, लाउनारा अलीता खूब खूब हकदा इमाम अली नाइब रसूल है, हकदा इमाम अली नाइब रसूल है, बाबा हसनैन दाए शोर बतूल है, बाबा हसनैन दाए शोर बतूल है, काबिल निशान अली जीनत अजान अली, दीनत ईमान अली, हकदा जान अली, जेरा मुर्शिद अली सरकार ने, जेरा मुर्शिद अली सरकार ने, और जन्नत दा होना हकदार ने, लाउलाना अली दा
Mashallah. Mashallah. I would like to call Usher.
Get some candies. Come on.
The loud salawat, everyone. Allahumma salli.
Everybody together. Everybody together.
أشهد أن علي ولي الله، أشهد أن علي حجة الله، तेरा अली मेरा अली रब का वली हैदर करार, रोने जली नफ्स नबी मौला अली हैदर करार, इश्क़ अली जिसको
दिया उसने सदा दी शाह मकान अली शेरे यज़दान अली जान अली नारा अली का जो वाला हो गया मेरा बस अली अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार बोले सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार जब भी मैदान में आया ऐसे दुश्मन पे छाया सर कहीं फेंका बदन और कहीं कैसा मजहब को मारा अंतर का सर उठाया के फलक और जमीन शाही मकान अली शेरे यज़दान अली जान अली सर से मिट्टी को बारों पे चलती रही जुल्फ़िकार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार इतना बुलंद है अली इतना बुलंद है अली मुश्किलें बढ़ाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला रास्ता दिखाने वाला है हर पिछाने वाला है चाहे मदान अली शेरे यज़दान अली जान अली शाह मदा शेरे यज़दान कुव्वत परवरदिगार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार खतर पे अनुकारा खैबर का दरबार सूरज पर डाला परेशान से जब चली तेज यारी है बच्चे बागी चाली जो भी टकराया गया जान से चाहे मर्दान अली शेरे जान अली कटी थी दरबार अली एक बंदे के टुकड़े चार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार बस अली सरदार सरदार बस अली सरदार बस अली सरदार बस अली सरदार
I'm gonna ask Qasim. Where's Qasim? With a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali
आज दुनिया को ये बताना है ईद ज़हरा है मुस्कुराना है हर सू है खुशियों का समा नजर उठा के देखो जहां बच्चा बूढ़ा हो या जवान बस है कसीदा बिर्द ज़बां आज दुनिया को ये बताना है ईद ज़हरा है मुस्कुराना है मुख्तार तेरी अज़मत को सलाम मुख्तार तेरी हिम्मत को सलाम मुख्तार तेरी ताकत को सलाम मुख्तार तेरी जुर्रत को सलाम आज दुनिया को ये बताना है सहरा है मुस्कुराना है शान अली है जान अली वलीउल्लाह है शान अली वलीउल्लाह ईमान अली वलीउल्लाह पहचान अली वलीउल्लाह आज दुनिया को ये बताना है ईद सहरा है मुस्कुराना है सलावत
Let's have a loud salawat for all the reciters and Sister Sakina. Allah. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. And before we conclude the program, we're all going to stand up and recite Dua al-Faraj together. After Dua al-Faraj, we're going to go outside and get our goodie bags.
और कर लो ना बड़ा
Allahumma kulli balika al-hujjatil hasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala man fi hadhihi as-saat wa fi kulli saat waliyan wa hafizan wa qa'idan wa nasiran wa dalilan wa ina hatta tusbinahu فيها جميلة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.